The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. Settings vary from San Francisco, California in 1966, Phoenix, Arizona in 1968, Welch, West Virginia in 1970, and finally New York City in 1977. Jeanette, the author and narrator of this memoir, is awkwardly beautiful. She is also very smart and a top-tier student. She dreams of becoming an editor. Laurie is a year older than Jeanette and the oldest of the siblings. She has a beautiful model appearance and wants to be an artist. Brian, the only male sibling, likes to fight, is an adventurer, and has a dream of becoming a police officer. Maureen, the youngest of the siblings, is very friendly and outgoing and dreams of living in California. Rex, the drunk father, loses jobs left and right and is very smart in math and science. He also loves his children very much. Rosemary, young and depressed mother, is striving to become a famous artist, enjoys living in the desert, and loves her husband dearly. Jeanette became very ashamed of her parents because they were homeless, but she always tried to help them by giving them money. They refused as being homeless was their favorite lifestyle. They had to live under the desert stars for some time as they were always running away from the police. Rex taught Jeanette how to swim by leaving her to drown so she could learn how to defend herself, because she would ultimately have to do this all of her life. Rex wasted all of the money the family had on alcohol. He was an alcoholic. The family would starve and was forced to eat out of the trash or nothing at all. Rosemary began to teach in order to feed her children. She despised teaching because her dream was to be a famous painter. Rosemary inherited a mansion in Phoenix and some land she sold for art supplies. Jeanette asked her father to stop drinking as a birthday present. He stopped drinking for a short while but then began once again. Their next destination would be Welch, where Rex's parents lived. Rex's dream was to build a glass castle for his family to live in as a repayment for their suffering. But when in reality the children would live their whole childhood in torn down houses. When Laurie moved to New York to find a better life, Jeanette followed as soon as her junior year of high school was over. Jeanette was chief editor of an important magazine press and was also attending Columbia University. She was allowed to attend because she had excellent grades, which gave her scholarships. But she also had to take out student loans and worked at a Wall Street firm. Jeanette almost did not graduate because of insufficient funds, but Rex gave her his savings to pay for the rest of her education. Maureen was the most affected by her childhood, which led her to a drug addiction. She was arrested and then sent to California to start a new life. Rex was slowly dying in a hospital of an incurable disease. Jeanette visited him to say her last goodbyes, and he died of a heart attack 2 weeks later. Jeanette divorced her first husband and married the love of her life, and lived comfortably in the country which she had dreamed of her whole life. The major claims made by the author are that because she was strong-willed, she could block out what was going to stop her from being an editor. The evidence is she still studied and earned straight A's while suffering of starvation and domestic violence. Another claim she makes is that she was the rock of the family. The evidence that supports this claim is that she would support her family, worked and saved money, and decided that the best care for her siblings would be to get away from their parents. She made life-changing choices for her family. The author's purpose is to encourage children to chase their dreams no matter how poor they are. She has a critical tone because she wants to really stress to children that even if they live in poverty, they can be leaders of industrious companies and become wealthy if they do not give up. Towards the beginning of the book, Wells effectively writes about her life as an adult, knowing that her parents are homeless and she is living comfortably. She then starts to unravel the details of what her life was like living with her parents as a child. She identifies the struggles of her life in poverty and offers vivid descriptions of the suffering and redemption of a young girl. She provides mental pictures all throughout the text in which a person can imagine they are living her experiences. This text is excellently written from the perspective of adult eyes, looking back to what challenging life factors made her strive to become successful. The author's writing style is chronological. She expresses her life from an adult back to a child and then an adult once again. Her word choice is simple because she is essentially writing from a young girl perspective. She used figurative language and her organization is very clean. because she knew what she was trying to say and kept the sentence structure simple, so children could understand her hardships and learn a lesson.